Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. Welcome in. And I had a few minutes to kill yesterday before lunch. Felt a little early for lunch, and right next to the place I was planning to eat was a Dollar Tree. Thought, well, I'll go in and look for something for my daughter for Thanksgiving. Well, they didn't have a lot for Thanksgiving. So, of course, I went to the craft aisle and I bought some sequins. Now, I have used their sequins before. They're very inexpensive. Sorry about that noise. So I thought that I would share with y'all how I store my sequins. I also got these at Dollar Tree, so I already have these. These are some assorted beads that I also got at Dollar Tree in a smaller container. And so I have some spaces here, but I bought a couple of extra of those containers, and I thought I'd show you what I bought. I think I bought all new colors. If any of them match, then I won't, I will just add to that bin, because I have used, you can see I've used a lot of these green, a lot of this turquoise. I did not rebuy the turquoise combination. However, I did buy one of these. Now, I wish I had this small thing. I didn't see this there, so I'm just going to put it in a big one. But some green, the equivalent to these. Love them. And they're great for, I've used them to stick on before, and then also in shaker boxes. But I sometimes use them as confetti. But this is a really pretty color. But I hate to use them. I don't like using them in the original packaging at all. So we are going to see if we can get this out without making a big, giant mess. It's got some extra tape on here. I'm already spilling things. So these will go in their own container, I think. I do have some other green things from Sizzix. Those get to stay in their container because they're in little jars. So I kind of like that. But here, the best way probably is to try and scoop them up. See if I can get them. Actually, maybe I have a different plan. That's all right. So I'll have to figure out the best way to get these in there, because this is going to take me forever. But you get the idea. So I'm going to do that to those. And that will fill up most of this. Oh, I did already have this one, but that's okay. I use a lot. I use gold quite a bit. So I will just put these back in here. Oh, there's one that's kind of green. So I may take this greeny looking one. Yeah, that's definitely different than the others. Figure out where I put that one. Is that one in here? Yes, that one's this one. That's okay. So I refilled on one of them. I saw that green and I thought it was maybe a different collection. And there's one in there that feels a little more pink. Oh, this is, why am I using my teeth? So I will just refill this because that's one of my much used greens. And then what I do is I can make little sequin mixes based off some of these. So this one I'll do later because I already have all those colors. And then I bought more pinks and reds, which I love. I don't have that many. I think this is the only pink I have, so I'm probably going to move this. I don't know. We'll see where I end up. Like I'd rather have these in here and then all of these pinks and reds. I think that would work. And this is torn. It's interesting. So let's just get these in here. And, you know, I don't think there's a huge, giant quality difference in sequins. Sometimes I like the ones that don't have holes in them, but I don't think it matters really. So I'm going to do that to each of these. I should do them in some sort of color order, but it'll be all right. So I might need to switch. I think I want these pinks moved over to here, even though I don't have very many of them left. It's okay. And then I should have room for something else in there. All right. This will be red. I'll do the two that are more pink next to each other. And it looks like I will sort of run out of space for pink unless I move one of these, which I will. And then I'll show you, I'm going to finish this sort of off camera, and then I'll show you sort of where I keep them to keep them handy, and the other sequin mixes that I have, and some other little sequin kind of things that I keep. So let me get these filled and I'll be right back. Y'all, I might be an engineer because I figured out a way to get these into here the most efficiently. I don't have a little funnel, I don't think, handy. So I cut a little access port in the corner of the container, and then I can pour with very little spillage. That worked rather brilliantly. It's important though when you cut it to, in fact, I might be able to just take this one. Oh, it is connected. To hold it pretty still so you don't jostle it around too much. This last one's going to be a little more complicated, but it works. Look at this. Oh, a little spillage there, but not that bad. Manageable, I would say. And last one. This is going to be the hardest because it's sort of in the middle here. See, there's some jumping around. Alrighty. Put these back in there. Oh, disaster. All my efforts. All right, well, this is easy enough to clean up. And the silicone, not so much. Use one for scraping. I need a little sweeper. Oh, maybe a little fan brush. All right. Before I go any further, I'm going to clean this up. What a disaster. Exactly what I was trying to avoid was beads everywhere. And it's what I got because I was being ridiculous and persnickety over one bead. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's a dark one. All right, I'm gonna, let's just summarize what I do with these. So I take these and they live in my little roundabout. Let me turn that so you can see it. I'm gonna have to hold this still, I think. So I just put them in here. Can you see? And that's where those live. And then I have this little bin with sequin mixes, and it's pretty full, so I think I'm kind of done with sequin mixes. That's gonna have to hold. I have some Mercy Tira, some Close to My Heart, a Trinity Stamps one, and a couple of Spiegel Mom scraps in there. So I just leaf through those looking for ones if I have one that already matches. Otherwise, I'm going to use the others to make a special mix. So now I have a mess to clean up, but thanks you guys, and come on back so I can put some sequins on some projects.